True terror is to wake up one morning and discover that your high school class is running the country. Laughter and tears are both responses to frustration and exhaustion. I myself prefer to laugh, since there is less cleaning up to do afterward. The arts are not a way to make a living. They are a very human way of making life more bearable. Practicing an art, no matter how well or badly, is a way to make your soul grow, for heaven's sake. Here we are, trapped in the amber of the moment. There is no why. I asked myself about the present. How wide it was, how deep it was, how much was mine to keep. I want to stand as close to the edge as I can without going over. Out on the edge you see all the kinds of things you can't see from the center. Still and all, why bother? Here's my answer. Many people need desperately to receive this message. I feel and think much as you do. Care about many of the things you care about, although most people do not care about them. You are not alone. What should young people do with their lives today? Many things, obviously. But the most daring thing is to create stable communities in which the terrible disease of loneliness can be cured. Maturity is a bitter disappointment for which no remedy exists, unless laughter could be said to remedy anything. Human beings will be happier. Not when they cure cancer or get to Mars or eliminate racial prejudice or flush Lake Erie, but when they find ways to inhabit primitive communities again. That's my utopia. New knowledge is the most valuable commodity on Earth. The more truth we have to work with, the richer we become. There is no reason why good cannot triumph as often as evil. The triumph of anything is a matter of organization. If there are such things as angels, I hope that they are organized along the lines of the mafia. The year was 2081. And everyone was finally equal. What troubles me most about my lovely country is that its children are seldom taught that American freedom will vanish, if, when they grow up, and in the exercise of their duties as citizens, they insist that our courts and policemen and prisons be guided by divine or natural law. If you are an American, you must allow all ideas to circulate freely in your community, not merely your own. There is never a shortage anywhere of lawyers eager to attack the First Amendment, as though it were nothing more than a clause in a lease from a crooked slumlord. Science sent the Hubble telescope out into space, so it could capture light in the absence thereof, from the very beginning of time. And the telescope really did that. So now we know that there was once absolutely nothing. Such a perfect nothing that there wasn't even nothing or once. There is love enough in this world for everybody, if people will just look. I really wonder what gives us the right to wreck this poor planet of ours. Everyone now knows how to find the meaning of life within himself. But mankind wasn't always so lucky. Less than a century ago, men and women did not have easy access to the puzzle boxes within them. Beware of the man who works hard to learn something, learns it, and finds himself no wiser than before. I consider anybody a twerp who hasn't read Democracy in America by Alexis de Tocqueville. There can never be a better book than that one on the strengths and vulnerabilities inherent in our form of government. People need good lies. There are too many bad ones. I get up at 7:30 and work 4 hours a day. 9 to 12 in the morning, 5 to 6 in the evening. Businessmen would achieve better results if they studied human metabolism. No one works well 8 hours a day. No one ought to work more than 4 hours. I was a chemistry major, but I'm always winding up as a teacher in English departments, so I've brought scientific thinking to literature. There's been very little gratitude for this. About astrology and palmistry. They are good because they make people vivid and full of possibilities. They are communism at its best. Everybody has a birthday and almost everybody has a palm. It was very lucky for me as a writer that I studied the physical sciences rather than English. I wrote for my own amusement. There was no kindly English professor to tell me for my own good how awful my writing really was. And there was no professor with the power to order me what to read, either. I'm screamingly funny. You know, I really am in the books. And that helps because I'm funnier than a lot of people, I think, and that's appreciated by young people. Lot's wife, of course, was told not to look back where all those people and their homes had been. But she did look back, and I love her for that, because it was so human. Thanks for watching.